You've been on my mind lately, I tell you all the time.
I look very Northwest today. What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to my neighborhood series. Today's neighborhood that we are talking about is Ballard. I personally love Ballard. I honestly wish that it was located in a little bit better of a spot. I will get into that, but if it was located in a better spot, I would be so down to live there because I love Ballard. I love going to Ballard. It just has so many good things to offer. So Ballard is northwest of Seattle. It's about a 15-minute drive from downtown, and it's just this little hub of amazing breweries and restaurants and just overall good times. When we go to Ballard, there's usually a chance we're gonna find ourselves at a brewery. There's so many breweries over there to choose from, so if you like beer, you're in the right place. And if you don't like beer, you probably shouldn't live in the Northwest. Totally kidding, kinda. So Ballard has a lot of awesome restaurants, and if you're somebody that's into seafood, you should definitely check out Ballard. They have great options for any type of seafood, oysters, all things of that nature, if you want to kind of get a taste of what seafood Seattle has to offer. If you're into farmers markets, Ballard has an awesome farmers market every Sunday. It's all year round, but you can get some awesome local stuff there. It is definitely one of the best farmers markets in the area. It's pretty big too, so you have a lot to choose from. I love going during summer and getting little kind of like knickknacks and checking out the food scene. There's usually food trucks, things like that. Also, something that's super cool to see, not just summertime but all year round, is the Ballard Locks. So the Ballard Locks are essentially just like a dam that allows boats to come in and out. Like, you take your boat and you go in and it locks you in this little thing, and then the water will drain. That way it's not mixing the seawater of Puget Sound with the fresh water of Lake Washington. And it takes about 10 to 15 minutes, I think, just depending on how many boats are there, and you can literally stand and watch it. It's really cool to see, as well as they also have fish ladders there that you can watch. You can go like underneath and see, there's like a glass kind of like at the aquarium where you can see the salmon going up the ladder. And then depending on the time of year that you're there, you'll see different types of salmon, but I have read that the ideal time to see them is July to September. It's definitely just a cool thing to check out if you're in the area. You don't get to see stuff like that all the time. Also located in Ballard is Golden Gardens, and that is basically what we in Seattle here would call a beach. And if you live in California or Florida or anywhere that has actual like warm beaches, you'll be like, what the heck is this? It's not a beach. But anything that has sand and the water to us is a beach, so. And in the summertime, it actually feels like one, because it can get pretty warm, but I don't like necessarily recommend swimming because the water will be cold. But it's awesome for summertime. There's usually a ton of people out there. I know some people like to have campfires during like the summer sunsets, which is super cool. I've always wanted to do that. But it's a great place to hang out, have barbecues, things of that nature, and get like that beach feel, but up in the Northwest here. Something else that's super cool about Ballard is that it has really deep Scandinavian roots. And that's basically because between the 18 and 1900s, immigrants from the Nordic countries started moving out this way for the fishing and agriculture, but also because the landscape just reminded them of back home. And there is a Nordic Museum that you should definitely check out if you want to know more about the Scandinavian history and you just want to know a little bit more about Ballard. So time for some stats. So the population of Ballard is 27,534 people, with the median age being 34. To me, I'm kind of surprised to see that the median age is 34, because I do feel like when we go out to Ballard, we kind of hang out with a younger crowd, and not necessarily young as in like teenagers, but 20s, mid-20s, but according to the stats, the median age is 34. If you're looking for an apartment, you're going to be looking at a price range for a one-bedroom of about $1,200 to $10,000, with the average price being at just over $1,900. Right now, out of all of the neighborhoods that I've been to during quarantine and everything that's happened within the last year that I won't say the name of, I feel like I found that Ballard has adapted to that the best, in terms of they essentially, the downtown of Ballard, like the main streets that you have all the bars and restaurants on, all of them at this point, well, not all of them, but like a lot of them have turned the street into like outdoor dining, and they've like almost every restaurant on a certain street has a outdoor patio with like an awning because it rains all the time, heaters because it's always cold, but it's really awesome, and it gives the opportunity to be able to support all these small businesses and restaurants without having to sit inside where you're maybe not as comfortable with that setting. It's just an awesome option, and we like going out there because we feel better about it, and also it's a great way to keep these businesses alive during this time. And like I said at the beginning of the video, the restaurants out there are amazing. I'll of course leave a bunch of links to restaurants and bars in the description, but a couple that I would want to name off the top of my head are Parish, Reuben's, Lagunitas, Hot Cakes, Ballard Pizza Company, Shelter, For Sure Gather if you're looking for a good brunch, some of the best brunch I've had in so long. And also they have a really cool katsu burger there that you should also check out. Now something I do want to know about Ballard is there's a few cons to it. It all kind of is up to you and your personal preference, but I know, and I know some other people agree, that Ballard is kind of awkwardly placed. It's kind of out of the way, which could be great, but also it's far away from the highway. You're not as close to downtown as some other places. It just kind of feels like its own hub with just like 2 ways in and out, but it's not like super out of the way. You're not driving like, you know, an hour to get there, so definitely something to keep in mind. And then also the other thing that sucks about Ballard is the service out there is terrible, and not like restaurant service, like the cell service is awful for some reason, and I don't know why, but the service, like cell service there, is kind of bad. But other than those two things, I love Ballard. Ballard is awesome. It's definitely worth checking out if you're visiting, and definitely worth checking out if you're looking to move. I would say it definitely has more of a neighborhood feel than downtown, South Lake Union, and Capitol Hill. Similar to Fremont and Wallingford, and it essentially, if you're in Fremont and Wallingford, you can literally just take a street to go into Ballard. So they're really close. If you did already like my video about Fremont and Wallingford, they're super close together, and they have very similar vibes. We always have such a great time going out to Ballard. I have so many good things to say about it, so definitely up there on my list. So that is going to be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed, and if you have a neighborhood that you want me to look into and maybe make a video about, let me know. I'll see if I can get into it. And as always, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye!
What if I wake up happy? And what if I wake up sad? Sorry if I said something that made you mad. Wishing that I could call you. Sorry my service bad. My bad. When I wake up you're not next to me. Guess I'm missing all your energy. That's all I want. That's all I want. Promise I am not your enemy. I just need another memory. That's all I want. 'Cause all I want is you. Is you. It takes two. 'Cause all I want is you. Is you. It takes two. All I want is you. Tell me, does a flower in the shade ever feel a little jealousy? Does it ever go away? All I want is you to answer me right now. Just dance with me right now. Just dance with me right now. When I wake up you're not next to me. Guess I'm missing all your energy. That's all I want. That's all I want. Promise I am not your enemy. I just need another memory. That's all I want. 'Cause all I want is you.